Hey everybody, welcome back. Haven't been down here to work on the motor in quite a while. Been focusing on other stuff, and yeah, the weather's getting pretty cold outside. I think next weekend I'm going ice fishing finally. So figured, we're almost in February already. I need to get this thing finished because I'm not working on this thing when I'm in open water season. So been a bit distracted, but been working on painting some trim and getting it ready for the boat. I still need to do a coat on these. But down here we have some finished ones looking all nice and pretty. Those are gonna go on the boat. That's all the trim. That's what I've been working on. Also worked on the cover here, the lid. Got it sanded. Gotta wipe it down, let it dry. I've sanded quite a bit of this thing. I don't want to sand too much, but I still got some pretty deep gouges in it. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Don't know if it's the right one, but here's like a fiberglass repair kit. And what I'm hoping is, just over some of the deep gouges, really thin layer, let it dry. And one more nice sand, and then hopefully I could paint that thing and it will look a million times better than it used to. But right now what I want to do, because I'm a bit excited, is all our new gaskets have come in. Still have a little bit of cleaning to do on the parts just to make them right, but I wanted to pop this open and make sure I have all the right gaskets. If I do, I'll pop the bag off of here. I had it covered because I was sanding. I don't want all the dust and everything to get in there, but I'm sure a bit did, so I'm gonna do another cleaning on the motor and hopefully start putting some of these gaskets on. But for now, let's open this up and start testing them. I do have some of the old ones that I was able to salvage here that I could compare against. Hopefully we have the right ones and this repair is back on track. So yeah, let's see. And here's the cat again. Listen, needy. Where are you? Why are you so needy? Man, oh man, needy cat. Straight to the other side. Huh. All right, what do we got here? Let's see. Do I remember what 90% of these are? Probably not. Probably not. There's that one. Are you excited? We got the damn gaskets in finally. This one here, I still need to finish cleaning in here, which I'm gonna do. And I read that I should put a very thin layer of gasket sealant on these two when I'm reinstalling them. So I did buy the red high temp gasket sealant here. Hopefully it's the right one. Put just a little dab. It has the plastic tip here that I only cut a little on an angle off the top. Should make it a little easier to put it on. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can see some dust got in this puppy. But yeah, so what I want to do is I want to see how this works out. So we're going to put one side on here, the exhaust side. We're going to see how that works out. I'm not 100% sold that I need to use this stuff, but I was told multiple times I should. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, so we got the thinnest bead on here. Didn't want to go thick or anything. Got a nice cleaned surface on this side. And hopefully we get this on and good in one shot. Alright, so we got this one whole side on. Everything good to go. See, I don't like the gasket sealer. I don't like that I can see it come out. I'm gonna let it finish drying and then just clean a straight line here. I kind of made a mess with my finger on it. But to tighten these, when I first took it off, they were just about hand tight. And this was the one that was leaking, so being hand tight, I could see why. But right now I tightened them, and I just did it tight, but not stupid tight. But snug. And what I did is kind of like a tire. I kind of tried to stagger and go across in some random pattern so it evenly squishes in. And yeah, not too bad. Now the one thing I remembered is that's the little plastic fitting there that spits the water out, and I forgot to clean that out, and because that's what broke, but it's accessible. I should be able to do it from there, no problem. And yeah, so now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna attack next. Let's see. I would like to do this one because that was simple, but in order to do that one, I need to put some more effort into cleaning this. This one's not ready yet, so let me get at that and check it in a sec. Alright guys, so we got the whole plate cleaned off, the gasket with a bit of sealant on it there. All around, put it in, and I started the screws so far just by hand. And I'm just gonna get them all just a little bit tighter so I could spin less when I'm tightening them in the respective cycle or order. Alright guys, so we got the other plate on here on the intake side. I'm gonna have to pop one of the bolts off again after for the ground, for the ignition and everything, but I'll worry about that all later. What I want to do is close off the engine. So yeah, so right now I'm thinking maybe I should do is move over to the front, where I still want to clean this edge up a bit. Wouldn't mind for fun. I saw on a sand crack video how they check with the flat surface across. I wouldn't mind doing that for fun. Not that I would see anything anyways. But gotta clean this surface up, finish cleaning up the front cover for it here. I wanna get some more cleaning up. I'll bring this upstairs so I could do that. And then put the gasket on. This one I gotta be extra careful with because of I don't want, this one's an important one. I don't want to mess this one up. But also what I'm thinking is, I guess it's not bad. But this has been sitting here drying out. And I don't want friction or anything. I'm wondering if I should put some of the 2-cycle oil in here just to lube it up a bit before I close it up. I wonder. Let me think about that one. But for now, I will go upstairs with this piece. Get this edge cleaned off, come get that edge cleaned off, and then we could get this piece on. See you in a sec. Note, I say see you in a sec, but sometimes this takes hours. Alright guys, so we're back here. We got this cover here really nice and clean. I didn't want to scrape hard, or I was very delicate not to leave grooves, because this is probably, I'm going to assume, the most important gasket. I did find a few nicks in areas that are kind of curious locations, telling me that this has been off in the past. Yeah, but right now what we're going to do is we're going to fit the gasket onto here, get it up and into this way, into place, and see what happens. So here's the gasket, and it's going to go just like so. And we got to make sure it is properly aligned everywhere when it goes in. Again, I think this is one of the critical ones for alignment here. So let me get that all prepared. I'll set up the camera facing this, and then we could put it all in. See you in a sec. Alright, so we got the whole cover on here, got all the bolts back in and tightened, and I put the spark plugs in, like I said, just so no dust gets in there. Now I was starting to put the wiring back through its harness here and back to where it goes, but I decided to stop myself on that because I'm pretty damn sure this one gasket, even though it's tight, it's the only one I haven't changed, and it's going to drive me nuts. So I think at some point when this is 95% put back together, I'm just going to try to pull it apart and see what happens. At that point, if I mess it up, I mess it up. But I don't know, it just bugs me a lot that I haven't done that. So thinking on what I want to move to next, I either have to put the starter back in. This could potentially be the next piece on this side over here, but I think that would be a mistake because I have all my front end open still. So if I put this on, it could just get in the way of everything else. So I think the next step is to work on the front end, where I will need to retap the threads for this one, and then once that's done, cap it, and then move on to rebuilding the carb. By the time I get these in, I might be able to do the starter before the carb, but if not, if there's any chance that it's in my way, I'm just going to leave that till later. And then what I've decided is I think I'm just going to try to pull this apart myself and clean it out. I'm not going to waste money to do it. And then I need to figure out what to do with the fuel filter because it's in a million pieces here. While I have all the pieces, I don't know if I've done any bad damage. And then the last but not least, when this goes back on the air box, that means I'm just about done. But we're making good progress. I even got the cap back on here just because, and it's clear of everything. All right, what to do next? I think what I need to do now is take this whole thing off, lift it up, try to get it over, and set it up facing the other way so I could work out here as opposed to jumping in the hole. So this is not going to be fun, but let me give it a shot. All right, guys, we got the unit flipped over and the front end back together. What I wanted to show you is I put the plugs in the previous clip. I took them out right now just to show you. I put them in the front just to prevent dust or anything from getting in. But right now, if I turn the wheel, here it's nice and quiet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squirt just a squirt of WD-40 into there just to keep everything nice and lubed, because we don't know how long it'll be sitting here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw these plugs back in hand tight, and I'm going to show you something which is a good sign. It's a good sign, a good sign. You got to start the thread straight, get it in. Okay, so now I hope the camera picks this up. As you know, we did the gaskets on the top end. We're really hoping that they seal properly, no leaks, and then obviously that we didn't mess anything up compression wise. But now that I put those back in, the plugs, even though they're only hand tight, should create some sort of seal. And if everything else goes good, I'll hear the air as I turn this now. Ready? We have compression. Now, obviously, I put the gauge on it after to check my compression and everything, but we have compression. So, not a complete loss. Hopefully, it's not messed up, but on the right track, on the right track. Well, all right. Next two goals. Carburetor, top cowl, and then tap the thing and start. Okay, let's get at it. See you at part 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, whatever the heck I'm at. See you soon.